The political temperature keeps rising. 5 more months left to hit the polls. Candidates across the political divide seen crisscrossing the country, soliciting for votes. Meanwhile, stakeholders in election 2024, the Ghana Police Service and the Electoral Commission are set to be ready to ensure smooth exercise come December 7. Tonight, we hook up with a flag of the People's Redemption Movement, Dr. Yaw Anokye Frimpong, also a lawyer and economist. I am Kweku Anan. This is the front line. We're live tonight across dozens of stations, all picking the feed, including Sunyani 88.1 FM. We're live in Western Region, Tadi 99.1 FM, and live in London on GOB Radio TV, and search it on TuneIn and modernghana.com. Still on GOB, you can get it on www.gobtv.tv plus Apple Music. And we're live on the Superhighway, YouTube, Facebook, and the link is my CTV-GH. The link is my CTV-GH. You can get it right there as I speak on YouTube and Facebook. Plus the interactive segment on the WhatsApp line 020-297-3461. The WhatsApp line 020-297-3461. Let's get started. A brand new week. I feel like just say no more ebi komo ebi shasi anapa ebi shasi wia and anadwofo yenso ye de ba betato ye wia ne ya mamu na good night obia kwakoda anapa tutututu na no nsiafo no de abeshasi akra fm fo nem ne number 1 nem ne obia no de abetata so then na ho ha na chese bibia etwegu na patutututu akra fm for the barber shisha so ana dwabofo nso the barber shisha so anapa na ne bia Ghana hey na wiafo nso nam so na anadwofo no na yenso ye de abeshisha so and the program we have like say na Friday and na Monday so my breakfast my bresse, you know, when I say, bro, and then Monday, Kweku, I'm so tired, but never trust any MP, you know. Yeguswa, yatutunyama, fast, and che, Ebeke Janegum, tem, no beer in your coin, na, when we say the echo. But I do also in your better how. Asam kesi de fia na dwe no akwekumi ye ho kokwa asasa no enye asam ketwa obusua anadwe mesrew bomodin a spend just a minute na fa o phone na frɛ wadanfo frɛ o maame frɛ o papa frɛ o wofa ana frɛ wadanfo a cousin, a friend, a brother, a loved one. Baby omo bia tonkra na fefrom na yina no ye metna dwumedie ho na ye nche eya na bra no ina no de meka che on se menya ho pesemen kumia kire se esese utumi ehu se wo hu enekre bi no na wama unua bi so ehu enekre bi no na che se oman ne chichira na ye den ye chichire ekoye nim no so ho e basa no a eboa ma oman no enioma ayeye no yekọ yenimu entem na wate obi ntie wate o but obi nya den entie na ama edwuma no aye den na afi obehe se na wo mo sesen wo mo sesen no wono want so wono want for reasons binti want but na bia na ese wo ye den wote na ohun se de esiko nti de meka ne se ma moma yenye pesemen komnya yena fra wonua bi na wonua bi so emfro bi ne yena yentna ha na yenwenwe ne yema bibia enko kama folks anadwi edwuma wo ho a nsonko Mr. you assume it's a brand new week. Of course, it's the Monday of the week, which is 15th of July 2024, the year of our Lord. And of course, July, the month of July is fading too fast. So we say July, said the July is so July and so a fade very, very fast. And there 15th, not just and now for the month of July would be gone. Then we enter the month of August. Not just say we say more you kind of simple second year no so third quarter between not just say bibiano I then a corporate folks and I dream why and or that so yene Dr. Yaw Anokye Frimpong exclusively he's one describing Ghana's iconic historian. Dr. Anokye Frimpong and the flag bearer Emma Party Bain, the People's Redemption Movement. Tonight, Ufia Nenebe exclusive one-on-one. And tonight, and so a exclusive I outdoor ne running meter on eno a corporate abatwe a 7 December namkwemu yanena ebedisa ankomono tonight. Dr. Yaw Frimpong ebe biense minso kwanya ne campaign no eko and toa ahodoa ob na mfanina na ekosen obechirichiri mu na afisi so ya pane running mate ni so ho entama achire mu oye hwan and what his running mate brings on the table again. Dr. Yaw Anokye Frimpong and so ebe kasa afa the people of Nzima one more aye press conference and a issue a strong worded statement at the running mate of the running mate Emma the new patriotic party Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh one of the statement be on one kasan so he will speak on the comments made by Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh against the first president of this republic or sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Of course, Dr. Efene is saying Yaw Anokye Nankasa eye debe. He's an Nkrumahist, as you know. So the same way it's in so pepe nti e just from kopa bida if you ha na dwuwe ya menemo ebedisa enkomo enye easy kra but folks it's mesrel menye akwadwero kra na dwi yeah shase na just yeah shase ntem quickly we are taking off tonight across the global world and we are starting from where from Upper East. Of course it's here the menya Upper East me ohona me tahona me ko skumi bia nto ohona me krom. We're starting tonight connecting from Upper East, Upper West, and we are connecting Northern region all the way then to the 6 regional capitals, Northeast, Northwest, then all the way to where? Ashanti region capital, Kumasi, then to Greater Accra. We're capturing Volta region, then from there to Central region, which is also Mikrumba, then to Western region and beyond. All over the world we are capturing and we're calling friends and loved ones, everybody glued to your set. Call a friend, call a brother, call a sister. Together we sit and talk and make a sense of it all. Folks, if we are seeing able to say name intimi ho. Nyame kwa na di America man ehho afofie. Se nya onyankopon a odi America man ho afofie a chesabriwe the government of United States the government of United States by this time no one mu ye just say minim nipa ko anadwen ye ne say wo kote Trump aso ato achne and that's what happened on Saturday me gina me living room me hwe CNN then all of a sudden CNN cameras ni na no went dead. I'm saying what's wrong with these guys na wo hwe say until CNN resume friends and transmission not just say the whole when a stage ni na no a crumble ye de Trump a sheka moi ne armored plated car ye de no ape baby afa just say sabri all of you those of you monitoring or watching international wires enya samwa emudwo kra now we share Biden and so yes say nkrofo no so say Democrats want to own see from osiminsi but na me say assembly na ye come ni production team ye come na masria man cheme de ba won say and say onkobo a friend is saying Zelensky president of Ukraine na one of the adversaries a friend is saying Rasputin na wakobo Putin din no mu jira no mo hwe no just something interesting is happening to the global democratic setup. You see, American democracy is really at test, at crossroads. Let me tell you. Yeah, America's democracy is at crossroads. Yeah. And the one who they developing angles be brave to Donald Trump will win the elections. No doubt. Yeah. Folks, I feel young queen man. Shannon so say WhatsApp messages no what about for interactive segment. WhatsApp message no what about for 020-297-3461 020-297-3461. My guest tonight, Dr. Yaw Anokye Frimpong. He's the flag bearer. Emma Wynum, the People's Redemption Movement. He's also an iconic historian of this very and Nkrumah is the man of many parts, also a lawyer. And tonight we're gonna ask him interrogates all about the campaign at Ekoso or Bontua, or Ghana and Fanina, Ekoseng. Yanni Bedin Komo and so after who is Dr. Yaw Anokye Frimpong running mate tonight? About Dono, Nenina Edia Tutukwemo. Again, he's also going to speak on the people of Nzima's press conference or Beto Emma Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. And then what he makes of the very explosive comments by Matthew Opoku Prempeh against the first president of the Republic of Ghana. Yes, and folks, until that, up next, Ghana Speaks Proudly brought to you by Ora Blackstar for Air Catchers. A balance as some dia, one more pet and a meeting I recommend the amount. Ora Blackstar for Betons, I see, come, Eddie amount, and I see. Baby be na Ora Blackstaff which na baby says one more of Franco barrier udro Franco barrier bisobi yanke sim no more where you make sure kwan 053 617 6327 Ora Blackstar number no 053 617 6327 Edian na wo hwehwe asiyantam a opese wudi si wankasa o bungalow opese wudi si estate, UDC hotel, and Airbnb, Bibia, including Tower of Babel, road network or insure electricity Bibia, na nina ebeko ye kama at the amount. And the Ora Blackstar for Nsasimi Yatro Mesro, Mawenin Kongo, and Koto Asasia, Ubekonu, Yedinuya, and Kontiba, and Second Srada, a giant nitro air town, Abuwe Kunkwa, and Nimri. Folks, Ora Blackstar for Nsas, Ubenya do Kwabenya, Kaswa, Breku, Dencha, Potiano, and Sawum, Amasaman, baby be Nina so, Ewokrum, Uabruchi Memo, him from Opesa Betos Asa Sibia Mesro, Yakrado, Eninguta, Womanama, Dascronism. Take a look at Omasasi, Bibi Eda, and Asasi, who said there, the view in the ACTR, Bonibia. Take a listen to this.
Ora Blackstar Limited. Our lands are everywhere. It depends on the customer's preferred location. We have lands in areas such as Kwabenya, Amasaman, Kaswa, Denchira, Bruku, Botsiano, and Insawam. Our lands are very affordable and has no litigation issues. Our lands comes in various sizes such as 70 by 100, 35 by 100, and among others. We have a flexible payments plan that is 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months. The areas are well developed. No need to worry about electricity, water, and other social amenities. You can contact us on 030-2452-555, 030-2452-555, or visit our website at www.oralblackstarlimited.com. Oral Blackstar, your preference, our priority.
Great, welcome back, and of course, just about 17 minutes approximately past the hour 8. This is the frontline happiness, and of course, tonight, Bidemura Adibia Yene Ghana for air chene kakran near the Chiramo. Say Beya Ghana for ye ni bedaho. Ghana for any ebedaho a dear bad dear, ye chro ye bie kwan no mu de akyerɛw because ebiri bi ba ye beyi ɛho expose kɛse de akyerɛw but ansa ne ɛbɛyɛ saa no ye yi we de akyerɛw mo wankasa wahu na abɔ kokɔ at the same time so ama why then wada ho so ɛwɔ anamotu a wutu yi ɛwɔ kristosumi mu ɛwɔ politics mu ɛwɔ social life mu ɛne wabrabom. Folks, tonight on our religious deception, lies, hypnotism, psych or mind games, illusion by some section of the body of Christ, we take our listeners and viewers into a sermon to uncover the deceitfulness of sowing a seed in the name of God. Afi me bedam foni akyerɛw ekwan a esum a eye kristosum enam kweti kwan bi so na de ne na da na kohwisem ene ne nabraba edi si esom kristosum no eti ase na wo mu si kristosum no ti ase to the extent say ade bi a ese bi a wo mu twa ama me no mie no ne say wokɔ nso ne bi ma de wo kan ne say come and sow a seed brana bedua ababi sa abana wo bedua no aba surunku bi a wo dua na ma onyankopɔn de ne nhira ene nadom ene ne humobro se ne de ben de abrewo nti esi sow a seed na no na anadwe mebi sa wo mo se sow a seed na a seed ben udue bro ewio yen ewo efom ho de seed wo mo na e kan say but wo bebi sa ho se sow a seed no u sow seed ahead when ne ka kire wo se onyankopɔn a wo bo ni wiase wo hia se ema se nipa da se ni se mene wo ube so a seed bi ansa wade ne num nyama di akire how where how ehefa eno mo twere kronkron e kasa asem ne kire wo no na wo se Africa de ade ba ko a ama Africa gusu ebre ama Africa e sia pene ema Africa fo entimi hu bebi a yemfa yetini ye nan enkuguo ni nkunimdie mra no kese edi mu akotene ha yen religion called Christianity. So a seed anadwi bebi a wutie mi bia wu nipa ban na wo hwe me se wo ye hwan de mpese me ka che on say that sow a seed, sow a seed, sow a seed in free nyankopon. God is not interested in your seed. The kadrite wo wiase any bibiara nyankopon emama nipa ediye no ewo ne nsem deda. God doesn't need your seed in order to remain, in order to become, in order to be who he is. About what? Now no me wo ma obi eye den na de ode ama odeda no wo se me sande be so seed aye den o ka come so you have to touch God in order for God to be angry. Wo mo ya kromfo tie me ha. Also, I don't care whoever does so for, I don't want to know, but take it from me. Also for biara wobeba wenima beka cho say until this come to pass, until nyam bi ni nkunimdie bi beba wakwem sow a seed or your kromfo, they are all criminals. Take it from me. Me mo biadin, they know themselves. Anya isongo can ask or see who the cup fits. Wait. Just say there is nothing a me crown and me be catch us me sow a seed who me say me your kromfo straight up. There is nothing biara a seed before God blesses you. Africa, Christosoma musinitiase. By some of these charlatans, crooks, must come to a stop. Shekwanya, Pape, offer so oko sow a seed. I was asked for them all. Take a listen to this.
You ask people to begin to tell you their experiences. The people who have turned their back on God because of wrong examples. The stories will never end. On campus, a girl walked to me and said she hates church. I said, why? And she just said her experience with church has been horrible. And she talked about how the father fell into sin, began to have an affair. I think the father went to tell the pastor, report himself. Now, the next sermon was on holiness. And somewhere halfway the sermon, he just said, brother so and so, stand up. Sister so and so, stand up. He said, these two people are sleeping together. Guess what? That was how her mother heard. She heard it in the sermon. A friend of mine was broken. He was distraught. It was almost as if there was a point in his life he didn't know what to believe, because now his dad, who was a major financier of this church, his dad is sick. Even on the deathbed, the pastor is still collecting money. Guess what? When the dad eventually died, his mom was still counting cash to sow another seed. She was counting it because you see, there is a type of anointing these days that is only powered by money. If people who know better are silent, popular, extreme presentation of the gospel will hold sway. They will think that's how Jesus is. They will cast aspersions on the whole message. So we need people standing up to say, money is not the power of God unto salvation. The gospel is. It's free. Do something about the gospel. Contribute to the advancement in your day. Add your voice. Please tell the person by your side, say, add your voice.
Okay. Mrs. Owusu, I salute you. And I also salute your divinity. Yes. And Minister No also, let's set the fireworks. Yes. Yeah, the fireworks in terms of fast. Now, again, it's obvious that the Christian body in Africa believe in the sale and commercialization of the gospel rather than taking the people much closer to God. So wo hwe bibimemu hapadia. Na kire se esom a eye Kristosom no enye se yesom na boyen mase onyankopon bi wo ho ese ekohunu wo heaven o osra memu o se ehimfa o. Yes, assemblity wa Africa no. In the context of the African Christian religion concept, you know, it's about what? The commercialization of the word. Now, the one is say, I can't say we name more proofs. Just say, will be free. Me, kwekumi also for me free. I could preach or say South Africa, say Kenya or Zimbabwe. The attendance answer na metu anamo akono. Say, sa preaching na me be preaching. I will Yankupon na semnumu. As a semi charges are sorry no about $50,000, $20,000, $200,000. Ejina sa o so for ni muduo and they said you sit here. Yet as some the possibility say sa word of God, that church has heard the word of God before. That church knows that, or the same Bible no be preaching. That church knows says any pan will be preaching where nipa when you're above. Yet obeje sa sorry no saying about $20,000, $50,000, $200,000 to the extent say ebi kra no wo mo ono kra de unhunu o so for no just so arrange with ni PA and all kinds of strange things in the name of the God of the heavens and of the earth. Yes, some no. This man called God, he who forms the complex network of the galaxy, the complex network of the universe. Yet somebody has to take $20,000, $50,000 on his head and preach that message. Probability that message has been preached over and over. Ghana, Nigeria, all over Africa. And then can say there's a convention be Airbus or Ghana. Nigeria na so for be near the Airbus. Go and find out how much and the debate to Yomoka. ICGC for Airbus conference. Go and find out as so for Shimolo and the rest. Send your debate to Yomoka. Yet that message no be preaching no. ICGC it is very possible say the general overseer Mensa Otable probability will preach his message overwhelmingly. What do you think they are doing? They are not taking those people now when you be preacher to heaven. No, it's all about commercial gospel. It's money making. Take a lesson to this.
They have been in ministry now for over 30 years, close to 40 years. I remember one of them, I see him as a thief. Because when we invited him to come to this church, he sent me a mail that he will not come until we pay so amount of money, thousands of dollars. So we sent part of the money. He said he will not leave America till we pay the entire money. So I paid the entire money before he left America. Then he made us buy him first class ticket on British Airways, very expensive. And he made us buy 2 extra tickets for his PA and his keyboardist. That everywhere he goes with keyboardists. As if we don't have. Some pastors will even come with 18 intercessors. They are coming to preach for you. They will come with 18 intercessors. You have to house them. You have to clothe them. You have to feed them. Don't we know how to pray? As if the church don't know how to pray. It's his intercessors that will come and pray. All these are abuses of ministerial privileges. You will sign, they will sign, then you will pay. Men of God, when you hear me attack prosperity, I saw shaggy in prosperity. No character, no integrity. It's all about greed and money. Some of you who have never done ministry even in the village, you just be talking, can Dr. Damina be attacking people? Something I have done for close to 40 years. If I speak, everybody should stand still and listen. And some of them have PAs who do these dirty jobs for them. Some of them have agencies. Say, speak to my agent. They have agencies. Deposit $50,000 and you will balance once the event is over. How can a preacher ask you to pay money into his account before he comes? Is he a contractor? When the love of money enters a man's heart, the way he does ministry, even Jesus is surprised. If such people pray and say in Jesus' name, I will not say amen. I have rejected such relationships. I have rejected such friendships. I have turned down such relationships in my life, time and after time again. If money was my pursuit in ministry by now, I would have not been living in Akwa Ibom. I would have been living maybe in America or the UK or Europe, and I would have been flying my jet, because that's my pursuit. But that's not what I was. Okay, so after the jet and all that, what next? I keep away from them totally with my life. I don't even listen to their preachings, because such people, they have dangerous influence. If you hang around them, they influence you even from afar. He said, you don't make a charge, so the gospel is not hindered. The truth of the matter is, once you make a charge, it takes away the ministry from what it is. Once you make a charge, it takes away the ministry from what it is. Corinthians chapter 9 verse 18.
What is my reward then? Verily, that when I preach the gospel, I may make the gospel of Christ without charge, that I abuse not my power in the gospel. That I may make it without charge is the word
adapanos. ADAPANOS. 2 words, alpha negative, then dapane, DAPANE, is used just once in Luke 14:28 for count the cost. So what Paul is saying is preaching the gospel without cost, preaching the gospel without charge. I must say this appears to discourage paying salaries to pastors. You see that? It appears to discourage paying salaries to pastors, because if you make a charge, and I know people who do that. I told you I've been in ministry now for over 30 years, close to 40 years. I have even hosted some of them in this church. I've hosted some of them. I remember one of them, in fact, till today in my mind, I see him as a thief. Even to today, with my understanding of the Christ gospel, I still see him as a thief. Because when we invited him to come to this church, he sent me a mail that he will not come until we pay so amount of money, thousands of dollars. And because I really wanted him to come, because then I didn't understand much, I wanted him to come to this church. So we sent part of the money. He said he will not leave America till we pay the entire money. So I paid the entire money before he left America. Then he made us buy him first class ticket on British Airways, very expensive, and he made us buy 2 extra tickets for his PA and his keyboardist. That everywhere he goes with keyboardists. As if we don't have. Some pastors will even come with 18 intercessors. They are coming to preach for you. They will come with 18 intercessors. You have to house them. You have to clothe them. You have to feed them. Don't we know how to pray? As if the church don't know how to pray. It's his intercessors that will come and pray. All these are abuses of ministerial privileges. So after we paid all the monies, this guy now calls me and says he's leaving America tomorrow, and he'll be in Uyo next tomorrow, because you leave America, you arrive the next day. So we bought him local tickets for him and his PAs and his key bodies. He calls me in the night. He says right now he is in London, and something has just happened back home in America, crisis in his ministry. He doesn't know if he can still come, but he's trying to see how he can quell down the trouble at home and then see what to do. So at that time, I called the person who connected me with him, and I said, what is all this rubbish? This guy is talking, our conference is on, he's telling me he's in London, and I didn't plan for anybody to preach in his place. And we've paid him all the money. We've bought tickets. So he said, okay, don't worry, let me call him quickly. And after a while, he called me, he said, I don't think that guy has left America. He's lying to you. From the way I spoke with him, I still feel he's still in his house. He didn't leave America. I said, wallahi talahi, if he doesn't come for this conference, he will pay to the last kobo. To the last kobo, he will pay. You're laughing. That time when I know how to pray dangerous prayers, he will pay to the last. He go wound though. He go wound. But you know that kind of wound when no they heal. He go wound. You know, he never came. He never came, and he has not paid that money till today. He has not. I decided to go after him using all my connections in America. When they descended on him, and now he knew that this thing is going to go out of hand. I was preaching for one of his friends in Nigeria. He told his friend to beg me. Anything I want, he will do. Even if I want him to come, he will come and pay for that visit and all that. When I went to his friend's church to preach, and the friend met me in the hotel and begged me, I looked at his friend. I said, if that guy is your friend, even you, I'm afraid of you. I told him. He said, please. He said, if you want, we can refund the money. I said, I don't need the money. How much can he pay for all the damages he caused? I just told the friend, no worries. But you know, that's how you hinder the gospel. That's how people hinder the gospel. Some of them have come to this church, they charge money, we pay them. I have all the emails. All the emails are there. This week I went through my old files. I saw many of their emails. They contract. They will send you contract like business. You will sign, they will sign, then you will pay. Men of God. Men of God. When you hear me attack prosperity, I saw shege in prosperity, miss. No character, no integrity. It's all about greed and money. Some of you who have never done ministry, even in the village, you just be talking, how can Dr. Damina be attacking people? Something I have done for close to 40 years. If I speak, everybody should stand still and listen. If I was in the army, I'd be a general right now. Don't try this thing. Am I communicating? And some of them have PAs who do these dirty jobs for them. Some of them have agencies. Say, speak to my agent. They have agencies. Deposit $50,000 and you will balance once the event is over. The Akwa Ibom State Governor one time had a relationship with me. I was in America preaching. He called me from America and said, Damina, can you get this preacher for me? And that day I was preaching for that preacher in America. I said, oh, you called at the right time. I'm preaching for him today. He said, we need him to come to Akwa Ibom and preach for the government. So I say, Your Excellency, can the state government send me a letter quickly so that I can back it up sharply? They emailed me a letter from government house. I sat with this man of God and I made him realize the importance of his coming to Akwa Ibom State and what a blessing it will be for the state. And I made him realize the thousands of people that have the opportunity to hear the gospel. Then he said, okay, let me quickly check with my secretary. He checked with his secretary and called me back, and he, in the office, and he said to me, Dr. Damina, my date is free. I will come for that event for your state. He said, but they have to pay me $250,000. What? So I said to him, for what? For what? He said, I have to fuel my aircraft, both to and fro. And when I live like that, when I live even for one day, it costs me a lot of money. $250,000? I didn't call the governor back. The next day the governor called me, Dr. Damina, how is it going? I said, Your Excellency, I didn't call you because I don't know how this is going to sound. Me, I don't operate like this. Oh, this guy is saying you should pay.
This is the gospel. The level to which you take it the gospel to the next level. It's all about money making, and there isn't any who call it the true word of God is being shared. No, money also kind of scripture, and the scripture is saying to them, "Onyankopon akanasem na to, emfanasem enye sikao na so mo di yeska." And it's only in Africa they are doing this. I'm telling you, folks, go to Asia, go to the Arab world, go to Europe, where even Christianity came from, you will not see this. Finally here, there's this very interesting thing, very funny. A Ghanaian Christian visited Israel to pray. But his prayer requests begin to offend his surroundings. Why? Kobompa yo Israel, wokoya, or the Ghanaian thing it could do Israel. The environment no will be able to TNT. A dear bus, 7 or person worker. Listen to this. That video no em say me enye ready, but yemra bibi mo hasem. Let's look at the sale of state assets. Of yemra politics no, and ne organized labor for ama SNET and some state agencies 1 month say one more edebe preparation towards what. Now organized labor for a strong worded statement you the buy. Ejina say a kwanya ye faso on mine enumakuo ye tonton. No Brunibeka say how prudent a nation will sell her non-performing assets to politically exposed persons, also within the government and parts of the political administration, and offering supervisory role. And the baby says, what sense does it make? A politically exposed person listen to me, Ghanaians. Ya ministers and ya wa bainim. Now, on my property be a siwa, Ebwama Shema Ghana for yen ye dieno, as a binding so. Nessa property no, I shall bind sana bind air so manage. Government is the ultimate manageable. Try to make a sense here. Folks, I didn't say a binding sa government won't award to me up. Ube to me manage property in Ghana for. No, government won't be manageable. Okay. So to be manager, then what next? Government say it may control property no. Then one politically exposed person, one who are baining tesa baining nipa bi onwe pie ya or say me person me koto sa property no. Does this make sense? A whole kuta sikano no kuta state resources on to be manager private person a politically exposed person and obey to me manager. Now that I'm on Toma outside there be now one of them in the administration would have to buy this. As somewhere now only Africa it's only in Africa. Now if the state is unable to manage the asset, what is the guarantee that a private individual can manage the asset? So buying so on to me manager and a dear buying and a so politically exposed person here Toman obey to me manager. But you know what? The answer is very simple. It's the means of offloading or offload these state properties under the pretext of non-performing. Then they themselves will go under the covers of darkness and go and purchase it. The one my dear, Sikana wonu me hwia wa ban ni mu no. Sikana wonu me hwia wa ministry ni mu. Sikana government coffers ni mu no. Normally says kana acquire our properties no. And this is what 32 years these two political parties, NDC, MPP, are perpetuating against this republic. Today, similar situation is happening across many nations in African continent, including where Kenya, which is currently in turmoil. Now, maybe says, when would the leaders in Africa will learn some common sense in their head? say an African leaders ne yo o mani japade na o madane etire na o makoton wo moton anya si eton ama obi kro free baby no they sell it to themselves ne sika na o mohwia no na o de kwakoye sa ade no. Why do you want to do this to us? We na ekoso Kenya wo. Let me give you folks some excerpts of these challenges are ekoso ewo Kenya medi Bruce and Pempe Suzy. Nanya say ntimi nsi wo Ghana, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, ebetumi si manapro so ebi kura betchin Kenya for them. But I want you to watch this. What happened in the Kenyan narrative? What went wrong? Listen to this.
One of the major missteps made by President Ruto was underestimating the influence of Generation Z in Kenya. Currently, Kenyan Gen Z individuals are making global headlines with their bold demonstrations aimed at ousting corrupt leaders in the country. Over the past few days, members of parliament in Kenya who voted in favor of the finance bills have been experiencing nightmares as Kenyan Gen Z members have been vandalizing their properties, alleging corruption and indifference towards the Kenyan populace. Surprisingly, Kenyans are now pointing fingers at the IMF and World Bank for the recent events in Kenya.
Kenyans around the world are blaming the IMF and the World Bank for Kenya's revolution, for triggering Kenya's revolution. Don't forget, these guys have been demonstrating outside of all these embassies, ICC in the Netherlands or wherever it is. So, looks like the attention is shifting. And one thing I know about these Mzungus, they hate negative publicity because all eyes are on us right now. I've been talking about how important the narrative is. These guys thrive on good PR. And for now, their name to be muddied up in Kenya is making them look bad.
You know, for a long time, Africa has been under the rule of puppet leaders imposed by Western countries. These leaders have served the interests of the West, causing widespread suffering in Africa. However, there is hope with the emergence of a new generation, Generation Z, who are challenging these leaders and their influence. I recently came across a powerful video by a Kenyan Gen Z individual that beautifully captures this spirit of change and hope for Africa's future. It's inspiring to see this generation's understanding of Africa's struggles, and it gives me confidence that Africa will rise again.
The funny thing is that we once thought that we lived in a democratic country. My lecturer once told us there's nothing like democracy in Kenya, and I was very shocked to hear that. I mean, we vote, right? We go and we make these lines and we go and get our fingers, painted, and we voted, and the leaders that we wanted, some we didn't want, enter. But then comes the oppression. He went further to explain that we still experience colonialism. In fact, it's called soft power, where they're not really here, but honey, the leaders that we have are still very much in line with them. And you see, that's the problem. They're saying that we must raise the taxes so that we can be able to have financial freedom. But the stupidity is there's still loans being taken. So you think that the taxes will go down. No, they won't. It will be a trajectory that's going up and up and up. Leaders that we so chose with our hearts, knowing that they'll make a change, are silent. In fact, others spewing nonsense. Imagine. You understand, these people expect us to be quiet. They expect us to jump when they say jump. They expect us to be clapping our hands and lifting and, oh wow, you're so wonderful. Oh, this is how we're going to get financial freedom and freedom from our oppressors. That's the point. As long as we have this type of leaders in the system, there is no freedom that we will get. We are still colonized. There's no freedom that we thought we got that we actually did. You understand, they don't expect us to talk. They expected us to be quiet like the former generations, which, that was their thing. But the thing is, we don't have to be quiet, and we will not be oppressed in our own country, where we're living in this century, yet going through oppression, where we still have to live from Western countries, where our leaders care more about themselves than us.
For a deeper insight into the reasons behind the Kenyan Gen Z's resistance against corrupt leadership in Kenya, I recommend watching a video featuring a Kenyan member of parliament. This video provides valuable elucidation on the subject matter.
A few people are stealing too much. These kids out here, they know everything. They know your houses. They know where your kids go to school. They know which properties of land you have. Why must somebody have 4 million acres of land to his name? What happened to our mentality? Then we pretend and run to churches talking about Christianity, how Jesus... Do you understand what you are dealing with? The people out here don't even believe in God anymore. The people out here are tired of the lies, the religious organizations. And I have to say this, I'm a Catholic. I was so happy I saw the Purple No-Show talk about the issues of a country. Let us forget that we can run this country as tribes. Let us accept that there is a new sheriff in town. That sheriff is the GNC. They are partyless, they are tribeless, they don't have money, they just have bundles and a phone. And they'll stop this country to move. I would like to plead with the members of this house, when it comes to looking at what role our committees are playing, look at what happens. I want to thank my brothers Sifuna, my brother Chirargei. I want to thank Madam Dulo. These are, many of you may not know, we've never discussed it here. How many times we've been threatened that we are raising issues about county governments losing billions. I mean, who doesn't know how many governors own apartments and houses in Kilimani Road? Each one of them owning an apartment costing 1.5 billion shillings. Why didn't the fool just go and build a hospital where he comes from? I wish we stole the money and put it at home. Some of them are going to Dubai. People are going to America. You see on social media. I just saw somebody commenting saying that, oh, the senators have nothing to do. I want him to tell me how he bought a Bentley and is an MP. Explain to me, how does somebody, I mean, the truth is, I'm born with advantage and privilege. That is the truth. I saw my father driving a big car when I was a small boy. That is not what drives me. What drives me is, how do you get a member of parliament driving a Mercedes that costs 49 million shillings? And we are watching, and that is normal, and it is okay. And it is okay. Shame on us. Then we make sure this money doesn't go to the schools. We make sure that hospitals have no money. We start building hospitals now. We want the poor people to come to those hospitals. Poor people can't come to Nairobi Hospital. They can't come to Aga Khan. They can't, some of them can't afford Kenyatta. You saw the other day, Kenyatta has a debt of 6.6 billion. The Eldoret Hospital, Eldoret KTRH, has a debt of 3.9 billion. When you ask, they tell you we don't know where the money went. Are we fools? Do we need to buy houses which have got 15 bedrooms and drive 19 cars and put them in your parking lot, and you want 10,000 acres of land? You want a ranch? You fools, you go and buy a ranch in Australia. This is where we are. We keep blaming the police. The policeman cannot do anything. Have we ever gone as a Senate to go and see where the police lives? How he takes his kids to school and his salary is 19,000. And this house has to start thinking about those things. We guys must begin, and we ladies and gentlemen in this house must begin to agree that we can reduce our salaries, that we can drive smaller cars, that we can wear kaundas. In fact, the only thing I'm very annoyed about the president, I'm the one who started wearing kaundas. Now he has given kaunda a bad name. I want Kenyans to love kaundas the way I loved them. Let us wake up, Kenyans. We can't play football. Money comes from FIFA, it is eaten. World Rally Championship, money comes from there, it's eaten. You go, you want Kenya Lawn Tennis Association, they only want 50,000 to hold an international tennis tournament. Not even a minister appears there. But when the minister is traveling out of the country, he's got how many people? Private jet, goes to Dubai, books one of those hotels, luxury hotels, and he comes back to Nairobi with the same 9 people he took with a private jet. And you assume that the Gen Zs don't know. These days they track you. They can know which private jet you took, where it went, and how it came back. Many of us are worried because either because of history or because of what has happened, we have got a lot of money now, we are owning so much land. Please allow us to have spatial planning. Your land, we can have an implemented law in this house to protect your even identity. but please don't stop stealing public land. Let us have mercy at our people. You saw people from Eldoret and Kakamega talking about, oh, our chambers which our grandfathers left for us. Now you guys who are MPs and senators, you come, you chase us away, and then you throw us into court. You go and bribe the courts. And I want to talk about the judiciary. We respect you. We know that you are most of the time under the pressure. We know there are certain things which you can even be blackmailed, but we want to hold you at a higher standard. We must hold the judiciary at a higher standard, the legislators at the higher standard, and make sure the president is also at the higher standard. That is how we can move as a country and stop this nonsense. We behave like monkeys running through a forest looking for bananas without knowing whether it's the bananas they want or it's oranges. I really want to say this, Madam Speaker, finally. I was nearly giving up on my country. I have changed my mind because of today. The young men who are fighting for this country have done us proud. Let us treat them with dignity. Let us make sure we engage them. Let us stop doing the things which make them angry, desperate, and upset with the ruling class. The truth is, if this country breaks down, it takes all of us down. I can tell you, I was in South Sudan when we were doing the comprehensive peace agreement. I visited as a minister, as a young minister, to go and do what was called a referendum. I've been to Khartoum. I have been to Mali. I've been to a country in West Africa. I remember the name, Madam Speaker. You look at how people have been treated and how the political class has treated their people. Everybody looks destitute and everybody is desperate. Let us change our ways. We can run the country peacefully, make sure everybody is a person of dignity. Let's treat our people kindly. A country that never takes
on
folks, so we share the course for Kenya ya. Na the Kenyan mpanyinfo say senators na mne ade kasa si wo Ghana o. Enye different from the issue of Nigeria o. In South Africa, in Zimbabwe, all over Africa, the same. Chrono to top dime, to top state properties. Ye tam sika near the court. The same. Pepe. And the woman say the government of Kenya no a crumble like a cookie scramble. We go upon egu. The say say upon egu. Because woman transe Emma government unfa wonsa en tini womo so eni omewu eti say bone be na omaye. But here no answer ho. Some of the protesters were arrested in connection of the above. Yet, women say that they are prepared to defend actions even in court. See, don't bet too crying for Muntum. Umay ready. When we say the Nipeni se brain, the leadership in Africa, Muma Bibi and Kaka, we say the SO Kenya Nipa saying they will a bit me si babia. A bit me esi babia. Ne essensua, Ube say Nipa. I crowd sir for the purposes of restoration of the peace, joy and tranquility in the nation. Take a listen to this.
Gentry adopted before court declared disturbance in a manner likely to cause a breach of peace by yelling, shouting, and attempt to disrupt the photo shooting session by the Cabinet Secretary, National Treasury and Economic Planning and his delegates. Is it true or not true? Julius, is it true or not true?
Okay, I don't know to betray my concerns. Can you respond as to what you're doing? Is it true or not true? You'll be given time later.
It's true. And as I said, I don't want to betray my concerns. I'm ready to do anything to see change in this country. I'm ready to die for freedom. I'm ready to die for justice. I'm ready to die for equality. We cannot continue living as slaves in our own country, in the land of our fathers, the land where our fathers bled and died to free this nation from the shackles of colonialism. Colonialism never really ended in this country. Even in this court, they use colonial penal codes, colonial laws. That is why I cannot get justice in a court of law. I want to speak myself. I realize that there comes an existential moment in time when you must speak for yourself. Nobody else can do it for you. I am tired. I'm so sick and tired of living as a slave in my own country. And I'll say these a lot of times, many times, and I'm going to do so many things, so many actions to bring change into this country. We cannot continue to be ruled like this, being ruled by sick people, by mad people, by liars and thieves and criminals. These are the people who are in power in Kenya, in Africa. That is the situation we are living in. That is kind of life we are living in. That's why people are dying and nobody cares. Poor people are suffering, nobody cares. So I don't know what's the role of the government. I don't know. I want to know today what's the role of the government. To protect the people or to kill the people or to make the people suffer. I think we have failed our people. The government has failed, everybody has failed. We have also failed ourselves. I don't know, my concerns will not allow me to keep silent. And at any time, at any moment. I don't know whether this is going to come up anywhere, but we must have this debate. We must have this conversation. We cannot continue living in fear. I see a lot of fear in this country, a lot of fear in the courts. Just yesterday we saw a magistrate who was shot by a police officer. I want to speak, my dear friends. I want to speak because when you try to tell me to keep silent, my heart is burning. You know, it's burning because of this country. Because for 60 years we have been living like we are not human beings, like we are half human beings. We are considered like children of a lesser God. Now, this cannot continue. It cannot continue in any way. We are ruled by a minority that does not care for the interests of the majority. Politicians are liars and thieves, and they have stolen our freedom, they have stolen our minds, they have stolen our land, they have stolen our future. Politicians are established in lies and failed promises. We are victims of lies and failed promises, deferred hopes and blasted dreams for 60 years. I don't know what will happen. I don't know whether you're going to sentence me. I'm ready to be sentenced for 100 years. But I'm going to keep speaking the truth until the day I leave this world. We cannot continue living like this. My dear friends, we must resist. Resistance is the only way for this country, for Africa. People are dying everywhere. Even in Congo, people are suffering and we are silent. I don't know. We have failed as human beings. We have completely failed as human beings. We are on a test as human beings. I don't know why we call ourselves Christians. I don't know why we call ourselves educated people, civilized people. We are not. We are not civilized at all. We are stupid. And this stupidity is taking a toll on this country. Too much toll. It's so bad. It's too bad. It's too bad. We cannot continue living like this. The government must get out of the people.
But on its behalf, your honor is.
Folks, did you see that? This is the real man. They are speaking through to power. Mote. They are speaking through truth to power. When we say Asema Walker, Asema Walker, the first and the government of Kenya, Asema Obika the same Wagana ho. Obika the same in Nigeria. Obika the same in Zimbabwe. Obika the same in where? Namibia. Obika the same in Mozambique. All over Africa. Krono Edianoka Osumu Riomonsa say they are stealing the lands. They say Achimota Forest. Machim Maria. All the lands in Cantonment, Labone, and every plush areas in the capital, Mache, Amamho, Akromfo, criminals and thieves. They are mutimi yano. And they see what Kenya know. Na mahu baby ade Kenya edru. Ebeya Ghana for say ewe chi. Mumie hwe bibi ye o. Ene Becca said the streets of Ghana I sanitize every ba the streets of Ghana enye say na enye say nso a na enye no say opese onye sao the same this politically exposed persons and amode o man ko is and the Kenya is apene bone ewurukafo ewudifo pesemen kumyafo munse du mo de form and the snake is one ton property on nanton bio asemo ye genesen wono hwan wono brand champo na chinchina chi wo pe property na to o se me nanton bio na ada na no wanka die na hamo e die ba sem 32 years into our democracy. Now, politically exposed persons, including the apex of leadership of this country, have become interested primarily selling state assets. Then they tend to do what? They turn around, go around, purchase it. Nafi, omayeden, omudi ura, omankasa, omo corridors. Now, many of such state assets have collapsed, been bought, including the one that brought President Adodankwa Akufo-Addo to power. State property to Tony na the Ayamode. Bebre suma de magunu, including company kwa eboa Adodankwa Akufo-Addo krama neba power. Wegunu. Anameboa. Take a listen to this neti owaso.
Yene campaign man anado. Me na medical po. Ese anado nsa wo secret. Wow. So picture na trend. Thank you. Wow. Aso ena me no kasai. Another good company no. Yene campaign man anado. Me na medical po. Ese anado nsa wo secret. Wow. So picture na trend. Thank you. Wow. Aso ena me no kasai. Another good company no. Yene campaign man anado. Me na medical po. Ese anado nsa wo secret. Wow. So picture na trend. Thank you. Wow. Aso ena me no kasai. Another good company no.
What a Sadi we Ghana for some obekai. We and another Adodankwa Akufo-Addo Kandeshi ho or the throat room. And the company no him fa. Folks. Yeah, yo man nika kadi say ya as if said there is no future in Ghana. Folks, me call short break me ba. My guest, Dr. Yaw Anokye Frimpong, is the flag bearer Emma Party Bank, the People's Redemption Movement. Also a lawyer, man of many parts, a historian will join me. Call a friend, a brother, a sister. Yebabi bibi nime piso exposing nime bibri near the nyoma to tune kwan. So stick and stay. I'll be right back. This is the front line with Kwekwana.
Oro Black Star Limited. Our lands are everywhere. It depends on the customer's preferred location. We have lands in areas such as Kwabinya, Amasaman, Kaswa, Denchira, Bruku, Botsiano, and Insawam. Our lands are very affordable and has no litigation issues. Our lands comes in various sizes such as 70 by 100, 35 by 100, and among others. We have a flexible payments plan that is 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months. The areas are well developed. No need to worry about electricity, water, and other social amenities. You can contact us on 030-2452-555, 030-2452-555, or visit our website at www.oroblackstarlimited.com. Oro Black Star, your preference, our priority.
Great, folks. We're back. And of course, this is the Frontline Ghana Speaks Extension. 6 minutes approximately gone past the hour 9. And we're back. Folks, my guest tonight, Dr. Yaw Anokye Frimpong, a man of many parts, joins me in the studio. Exclusive one-on-one, Ibedin Komo. Na Yasha said there, and you're my doc. Me what you to say? Wonderful, great. First of all, Meduba shall see free. Comment be a wire. So I comment them say I don't know whether people are not getting you because it was not situated well. And I say woman or money. I say it's about the fact that we make a comment be about National House of Chiefs be. What Kwame year passed and people are misinterpreting it. What's the real fact of the House of Chiefs as to whether or not Kwame Nkrumah set it up and I say what is the story like?
Be Tama Mekan say Nkrumah is setting up National House of Chiefs and now Obi Abba Patch say the National House of Chiefs was there before Kwame Nkrumah came. Okay. It is just like say no mine wo and sana Kwame Nkrumah eba beje fa hudi. Nti woka say Nkrumah is first leader wo you are rather making a mistake. O mine na wo na ne yenje fa hudi. O mine na friend Gold Coast na Nkrumah be no Ghana. What happened was that there was Joint Provisional Council of Chiefs. Okay. Now we headquarters Goggisberg Memorial Hall. Provisional Council of States. Now Joint Provincial. Okay. Oh, Provincial. Joint Provincial Council of Chiefs. Okay. No more meeting with Dodowa. Headquarters and I see a preserver no. Yeah. Goggisberg Memorial Hall. Dodowa. Oh, I see. Na Asante for Enkahu. Because Gold Coast administration no. South here say Western Territories, Central and Western. Yeah. Na Ashanti Nkahu, Transvolta Togoland Nkahu, North Ina Nkahu, being ruled by proclamations. Okay. Until the 1946 Ban's Constitution. And Sana Yadu Omuina Bekahu. And Nkrumah J. Fahudieno. He created more regions and he left the name. Okay. I can say province. I can say Western province. Maybe I don't know. Started regions. Okay. And then created more regions. For example, Ashanti na Bono Ahafo Kahu. Na Bono Ahafo na ya Ashanti West. Western Ashanti enu uchwe mumienu. Inya Ashanti region. Bono Ahafo region. Into creating more regions, you know. And if you share say region Biara ne House of Chiefs. And call another region. Because until Sanke Ahafo, and Bono at that time no Musuma Santin Kombeba Kumasi. That's right. But he made it so Biantana Nememo. Practically, he was weakening Ashanti. It was just very big and always giving him problems. And no said the weak. I see. Into Washa, Ahafo in Yabonofu. But in order to spite Ashanti, no said that and the Koka a Bono. So what you see, and Yankopon indirectly, no, abaya benefit for them. That's right. Because you're creating new regions, no. Want to mean sign Fankoka Ashanti, abaya separate region. Okay. In Nkrumah National House of Chiefs, Diana, or creating Yano, and no ye headquarters, no, from Dodowa to Mensia. I see. So you may be a headquarters in Kasaya, Accra. It is a now Nkrumah Eba. Yet done as Antiphon, Omunka Gold Coast colony. Nka Wobet na Homa, Yade National House of Chiefs, Aba Umu capital, Kumasi. Yansan so nya baby and fancy Semensiaho, me Paucho. When you want to challenge me, go and prepare your facts very well. That's right. And Waba, a young Nkrumah na de National Headquarters of the Chiefs, ADC, Kumasi Mensia, because he also felt to say, yeah, not tribes Sibu Ghana, say kingdom. Kingdom, Pacho. We had only one kingdom, and that was the Ashanti kingdom, with a size almost 3 times the size of present-day Ghana. Nkrumah had to compensate Ashantis. Say 1874, Sagrenti war na you suppress Ashanti. Me I want the share Ghana, Gold Coast, Aseno. Something had to be done to compensate them. And we created National House of Chiefs. Nanano song meetings were Accra. Even in Kumasi, and you so tuna say, "A kwaswa mi ana mekura na edum ana nshia so." Ebeye ni fie wa That was a deal Nkrumah did just to demonstrate to everybody the preeminence of the Ashanti king.
So can we say that the Ashanti king is a monarch and a monarch?
Ashanti is only a monarch.
Okay.
Ashanti is a monarch.
Okay.
I hope you understand. But Ghana is not a monarch.
Sure.
So Ghana is a monarchy and Keba friend kingdom. And until I'm ready na me chere nuomemua.
Good.
Na me ka say technically.
So the monarchy is limited to the Ashanti stew.
No, before independence, we had Ashanti kingdom. But all of us had our monarch.
That's
monarchies. Right. But Ashanti was the only kingdom. That is because a kingdom. That's
right.
Control others. In fact, Ashanti was not just a kingdom; it was an empire. What I say? It was an empire. To the east, no one or your empire.
Yeah.
Now, no share boundaries. To the north, part of Burkina Faso. To the west, half of Ivory Coast. Aya and Yin. Bonofuana and Baule.
That's right.
No, we like Ashanti. And to the south, no. A Yunkwan and Enkan. Fancy land.
That's right.
All because that was where the English were. Nampachoya did down for BC and Suma Santida. So Ashanti has never defeated us before Mpacho. There is no ethnic group in Ghana. Ashanti undefeated one that. Now almost defeated Ashanti ruling Ashanti before their independence was just one. That was the Denchira. And Tomu Asate one. And no more person almost so be and there a lot of wars by so Ashanti really fought everybody, including Fante, and defeated Fante. But they couldn't rule Fante because of the presence of the English. And one of my castles was they needed to protect them. And Numpono, all the forts and castles until the 1826 Dodua war. Now Ashanti for Nejemu. So indirectly it means you were under them.
Exactly. All tribes have had some form of touch from
with
the hands
Ashanti,
of the Ashanti.
Great.
Doc, afi share a year campaign. One year flag bearer Emma, the People's Redemption Movement. Campaign going on the ground.
Campaign going on the ground, one thing I will say is that you want crophobia. Womo eso mu tuasika etuasika and san nipa ate won wase say more or less it's like bribery omuto vote and san nipa because they don't really qualify to rule the country nti da bia no eso omuto da bia se wo mu eto Nyankopon adom People's Redemption Movement perimo no nyame ehu mpanimfo no say it is the only party at the moment no man Nkrumah ye and see ni so say ye ba abetoa so nti ye frey me ye kasa free of charge the past 3 years even before people heard about perimo no Nyankopon no wara amakete mesa wa makete mesa and baby ameko bia nso no nyame ema policies na wo yentirim no eda edi ama nipa hu adwen papa ewo yentirim ehu se 2024 there may be some doubting Thomases over there na ushe South Africa once Jacob Zuma ote party no 2 months
it's true
he had 15%
of making mark
yes and a small boy 44-year-old guy in Senegal Waban said the leader of the party was arrested and imprisoned and also in just a couple of months Otumi Bedi president. In fact, we have so many of such examples in the world. Why? When in Ghana's situation, we do 8 years. Now it's a wonderful. This is the time. All the polls at Ghana indicates that about 30 to 33% of the people of Ghana at this time saying they want a new political party. Can say third force.
That's right.
Paul no perimo me party ni the perimo. Yenyamba yempo almost 30% they want a change. Na campus said that from next month na be active campaign number we say me billboard bubo the whole nation. That 30% will shoot up to about 60% because the truth is that Ghana for aswa nsuo omo aswa ensa awie ya wie o nti yanka se yeswa nsuo suwa nsa wie ne wahu ne emu aduru nti wo sa akwa akotwi so baako omo aswa nsuo aswa ensa ahu ne mu aduru nti se de aka ewo eno ne People's Redemption Movement ye ba ne yanka se so mehwe obi obeka se so me hwe no I said
it is hard
so me hwe
so mo so enhwe say
that be ye de
but so me hwe that language in itself wo ko so hwe se na ntisa anso
na ntisa ya no ya bin we are ready to be eaten ntim pacho akonwa no na ya ba se ye ba beje na ya ji wie nso a ye ba be ye ne ye na obi be ka se including my own wife omo kasa Omsiga ye babia ye two traditions. Babia two traditions, MPP and this. We are bibia enyeye. The only reason why other parties, you know, and to me stand firm, like a CPP, Mimpasa Mabobo, others, you know, the Mebaba Kamiyama say Minka Obidia. The reason why Ghana yen to me third force, you know, until Teperimu Abano. Opesa was stand the election war. Or may be a mu asasi we say so. There is one thing you should do. Make sure say when now person oba stand the election as the flag bearer of a party, you have what you call a constituency.
Okay.
If you don't have a constituency, then you are not an institution.
Okay.
If you are not an institution, don't come forward. Because a constituency, and don't just say you are not a registered voter. There be samiti hey. And Ankraha na matana obia enimia in community constituency because menya nkrani uko MPP when me say before say abeto aban obia ni me say they will get not less than 40%. I mean until 2024. Sure. What is the reason? Sir Ashanti is waiting for them. NDC when me say almost so about the same margin because vote waiting for them. The reason is that they have been able to strike, create what you call a dominance somewhere, which in Ghanaian political balance, you say World Bank.
That's right.
In South African political balance, Omofreno constituency must always have a base, a political base. Mr. Yaw Anokye Frimpong na metinga na meno kasano. My political base is the entire Western region, is the entire Western North region. These two. The one region now you are Seshi. The
Western North.
Western and Western North, your friend and Western. Seshi, our win. Ahanta, Wasa, and Zima, me pacho. Me so me political base, you know. I see. I don't know. Me political base,
so, you more well known. People know you so well there.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
No one. Now Ashanti are here too. Asana ne beka biara aba beka ho masa se wo tie me na wo so pese o presidential candidate and now why e bi pan ya ne ntra ya nto ama because you can't identify with your any base. Dominant group so you don't have a base. You don't have a base. What I say you don't have a base nti sa woni namu na wo so we you can say independent afi na Ghana fo beba abeto ama pacho mo to ma say you hu babia wufi na sa baby no e boje wo so a na das na ba be hia wo nkuta bia me pa cha jai eno na ma zoom anya 15% na sa be metie ya me ne wo kase sa be identify with Seshi, identify with our win brother, identified with Wasa, identified with Nzema, identify with Ahanta. What I say any Asante now when the catcher say Asante for e bejame ho ni akwa akoto ama baumia. What are you talking about? So mu bejame ho no mu ato ama baumia.
Considering also because of the running mate is coming from Ashanti region.
Oh, Dabi.
You don't make you come
running mate no. Say no be kan once. Running mate e be kan na miss no. What take kokoso sabe twi kasa no not only twi kasa kasa bia ye deep kasa e deep nti se nipa kasa se wutie nti wo de me reserve ho ya beba no so na mo me ka de a kire wo say Yaw Anokye Frimpong what would you adam so enwi ni wa Ashanti enwie ya obi e ni wo betumetu ni na si Ashanti We need political. We need political. Your friend is a traditional baser. Men sorry, and Kruma Frebridge by. Oh, Castle Bay politics were Ghana. You know the first thing he did? Or by or the kind MET, Nikrum Fuenina, our Tapa.
I see.
Tapa. The Krum Fuenina, Western region for Omiti won Tapa. That time, Obaba started Nejuma as General Secretary of the UGCC. Oh, I see. Omiti Nikrum Fuenina or Tapa. And no catcher one say, or catcher one say, that no bad. No catcher one say, politics na you know. It is say, I come here, you good. Before so who's a fetish priest, why you possessed? No channel, a fair one here, a caution. Nephew, one more about some. One more about Dewlo, one more air bunchene, one more tonium, one more to powder, Eddie Gunuso. Without these people, no, I did be obeying ye. Intibana Mabano, Mihiamun Shira, Mompai Bo, Mubi Bia as a best, and one number Bia Musa Moba, and the Kwame Kuma, and Sana. What was a boo baby classy? I say a dam. Every year. And a Brunei say charity begins at home. Nasabi Metia, if you Western region. I'm a cancer, my cancer, Vika Hunter. I can't was up pure. Meka was a meteor, Mitumika was a papa, Meka, Bebe was a pana, befriend was an Mitumika. Yabukame Kanzima, Noko. Medicamacramka, and Danso Baba. Meka was now. I see. And I'm a papa, make candy atra will say, Bio Becatra will say, politics, ethnicity, tribalism, sectionalism, any minobwa. Kako England. That's right. Koko Obon's a conservative party, English for party. No. Now Irish niba no betuama conservative. Or betuama labor. Betuama labor. I'm sure Irish. Yeah. Enti we are si biara. Sanity. We are si bebia. So we will crop for it. The way God made it. It is a winning crop for a piawa. Man, you are just a watching crowd, open crowd for at Wamana. We are quapimini. Now quapim for any more. Was so bent of Ghana. Mesro and Rodia Buana say, what are we MP for? Mpacho me Casara. Tiso de dio. We are Santinini, your MP for the dio. I want to stand the now, so from there, you want to become a president of Ghana. That is when who say you are not one of them. That's right. That is the reality.
First and foremost, they must identify you to be one of them.
Now, Jesus Christ cried the same thing. When he came, he wanted to build a church. You know what he did? Among the people of Israel, he selected 12 followers or disciples.
The 12 tribes.
12 disciples. You see, from discipleship, you now become a master. Then you are called apostle. We are no apostles. So 12 disciples. Other than 1 year, 13 or 14, and 6, based on the Jewish tradition, because he was a Jew, to let them know that he had come to build a new Jewish nation. Until from there, they shut up to the whole world, and they all went out as Jews. And then at a certain point in Antioch, people identified them as people of the way, people following Jesus Christ. But they said, no, besides, I may say, me will PhD in Pachao. Me will doctorate me, Baku is in theology. Na near Kuo Mino, and your friend is saying, Samano, Intina, main friend who Dr. Mr. Wara, will be a new question, be a missa. Our history, I may yet. And I'm a law, and beside doctorate. One of my PhDs is in the field of theology. At the right time, no Panama Bobo schools in the no what in any case, you can't deceive the easy. What you say? Papa could be a last election case or kuta PhD. Easy truck where me will say, on kutabi. Never no fanto in China. I'm only telling you that I know theology. Good one. And no make catch, I will say, Yaw Anokye Frimpong. Sorry. So, stand the president to Ghana, or Asante Eba. What you say? Asante Kotoko ba no. What you say? Because Asante Kotoko neba. Just one no. That's right. As against all others. Very important. I'm not doing tribalism. I'm doing real politics. Good. I hope you understand me. Now we are a friend. So before Asante Beka say you're Benny Niamano Sono. What you push you first? Argentina. Voter region to NDC tradition. It's because of Rollins. They accepted him. I hope you understand. They accepted him. Adentina, your friend is saying, CPP to me, you know, Ghana. Because I advised them many years ago. Now, me catch it one say, if you want people to vote for you, choose for yourself as a leader, somebody from a particular region, or yet it's an institution, a region, not a gene to me say, ye benny. But just say, if you touch me, you have touched the whole of Western region. Yeah. And you have, to a very high extent, you have touched Ashanti. And the boy, and yet tribalism. Ye benny and say ye dinechi. The people of Western region follow me. They follow me. Namika Western region, I also mean Western North region, because there's no distinction between Sefi and Zema, Hanta, Yin, and then Wasa. Into winning sa adi be clout in Nibi. No what nan can star. And
son, most of the candidates I see them.
Entina omutumen build third force were Ghana. And no sentina Jacob Zuma no 15% immediately. And untina sa young guy, you know, your friend is saying. Oh, economic freedom, you know.
Fighter, no.
Well, no. Yeah. Obaya, also too up. Because the people where you come from must look up to you and push you.
That's right.
That means, say, when you share Kurano, so between 5 and 10%.
That's right.
Because one or two regions are voting for you. Yeah. The moment we do that, we catch it up plane. Other regions, no, who say Western. Now, only say I said the best comes from the West.
Julius Malema na wakano.
Malema very good. Until we need your friend is saying a base. Yeah. If you can cut a freedom party, I didn't know me powerful. Yeah. It's because of where it was formed.
Yeah.
And then the Koza people to also following Papa your friend is saying Mandela. Yeah. Until one more the entire year to mean creative political tradition Ghana. After MPP and NDC, you know, and they say, from the Matemihu days, some people have been able to use Ashanti as a base and then exploited that consistently. And then as late as 1992, Rawlings also, because he endeared himself to his people, they didn't reject him. Now, Buama, also creating it. It's not easy for voter region to vote against NDC, which is a fact in the country. Good. All because of Rawlings. Now, Yaw Anokye Frimpong who said MPP and NDC will find Western and Western North a no-go area for them.
And no-go area.
And then the rest will come in.
Great, and the rest of the country will come and see it. Dr. Yaw Anokye Frimpong. Folks, and some people are obi yanone. Obetachi based on Napo's explosive comments. 2, the people of Nzema a press conference. What is all a developing story? Sharp one there. But Sisi Anamenene Ura running mate here. Yes, the people's redemption. Sisi Anebeka said, one more running mate, you know, why ready? I have the copy of this running mate in Abakwa somewhere. Now we are talking about one Christian Kwame Agboja. Okay, that's how it's going to call Agboja. Vice Presidential Candidate 2024 People's Redemption Movement. And just say, Mofa N2 screen is near who Christian Kwame Agboja is. Nafi, Doc Emea Bakwasam Kakra. Doc, Oye Hoya. Who is this gentleman?
Free whole municipality. Just why Ghana man we say. This year, in teachers say, young started, you know, Mpacho NDC for you. So no move say. Voter region.
Okay, so right there on the screen, that's Christian Kwame Agboja. Okay. Also, Memenka Bibika Krebi about him was a dynamic and results-driven leader with over 15 years of experience in philosophical and political strategy, public educational policy, and online and offline organizational leadership. Proven track record in global Pan-African educational campaigns, influencing progressive public policy and managing or working in diverse teams to achieve strategic, tactical, and operational objectives. Okay.
Thank for Ghana for school.
Ghana ni kasabia. So the background. Educational, we're in a doctorate in mathematics,
economics, yes,
and mathematical values. Ongoing Master of Arts in Economics, London, Guildhall University. All right, Bachelor of Arts, Anna Economics, City of London Polytechnic, diploma in qualified member, okay, parts qualified management accountant, chartered. Wako school kakra fine. Dog. Nti kakra be na odebeka eye orani mate.
Me dey ka hono ene say London or London na beko bosum we awie no waba.
So he's in London now.
He's a lecturer in London.
Oh, okay.
He teaches economics and mathematics in London. But economics papa be near to me solve a problem.
I see.
And now say head of Kwame Nkrumah study group and a conscientism study group and one of PLO Lumumba.
Wow.
Okay, associates in the one of the associates where he died in the wool and Nkrumah.
Wow.
Of Ghana 207. Before he left, he was the Abrekuma Central constituency of the CPP chairman. And Ghana for breaking news for you people.
Yeah, that's the breaking news tonight. So the People's Redemption Movement, Omorani mate and Yadene di Emma Ghana for Muhuno. That's our breaking news tonight, of course.
One thing and you say you fee and say one said the year 2000 Rollins leave political scene no. But chow Obekasa Sabi, Yenuanum Frau. For no crowd, they don't exist. From 2000, Biampa woman Ashe, and that woman Benny.
That's right.
I was started from.
So the people of Volta
or turn big or come
right,
and then follow this man, and he will take you to the land of Canaan.
I see. Good one. Good one. And that's the running mate, Emma, the People's Redemption.
Born in 1961. Can you age come? 1961.
So he's a middle-aged man, kind of. Good.
About 62.
Christian Kwame Agboja, Vice Presidential Candidate 2024, People's Redemption Movement. And Yadane Ede Amamono. Folks, this is a very breaking news story. Now, maybe Sadok Asembi. Now, also, Kasemi a while ago said, our doctorate
one is in theology.
One in theology. Not just say, but Yame Samoa, we swear a mupa quichri. The question the babies are on the same. About Christo, I see.
One day I had a vision of Jesus Christ telling me that I want to serve you to serve me in politics.
I see.
People will know that when they serve me well, without being corrupt, and they give me their heart, the nation can work again.
Good. Question maybe so on the it's like Omei the brave believe say yes. Christosum to play a role in our politics in the media. Ebisu Christ to say on my way. Politicians any are so for and more say on my way. All because Nanya so for ni na so no. Edidemsa politicians so edidemsa namniade ebrimusu make wild statements namniade ade just a washa na ebi wosha how you can scope it. For example, here can say there's one renowned man of God called Adumiche Idua. Is purported to have made a very explosive statement there. A free da bende kwada ben say Jesus Christ here ye ne FGA ewo we ni ade ono niti na eba besi so na ewiasi na ade ahwe na just all represented that particular image. It's making waves across the political circles and at the same time in the Christian belt. What do you make of such person? Not as a politically exposed person, you know. Money asofwe bisano ebe din komo ben edomina be kahoma ya boa o mine kanko rather than we seeing what we are seeing. What do you make of that statement as a theologian?
Statement no prophet no Adumiche Dua when say I saw the Philadelphia but o medical kasa me SDN obi anim say me SDN nti say me kasa na che say men kasa ntia no na men kasa so emma no make what I believe is appropriate.
I see.
And say what we Jesus Christ ehunu wiase ba bia no me pa cha real a picture of Jesus Christ, especially the person of the Christ. American actor. Now, now, sorry, they be a mua. Nymphony about what say Jesus Christ. We better all the other America, Hollywood, for no film be about the life of Christ. Ye baby, you know, Nipano acting Jesus Christ. No, one only didn't about a sorry, the mua, yes, no. So here, before your problem. I'm bringing wadi we babo nasori dem ana nyame name no you say God is spirit and those who worship him
in
spirit and in truth. And you know physical images no nya no na nyame ehwe na mom say physical images na nipa ehwe dia about 99.999% of pictures na yengu no enye Yesu Kristo and the papa we person kire we say the next 500 years to be about Jesus Christ no yengu ne say Jesus Christ na be ye eno odno ne de me pa twa ne body no ene say nia opese worka no me say me interpret both as a theologian and as a lawyer no ene say wahu amanfo de saa nyankopon wadom ena wo ba be hu obi o ye bibini etesa wo enti adenti na anya wo de after all as I'm saying you know yes a picture no na wo hwe so abekosoro ahime na mom wo no na wate na sorry or say photo no amuhunu no because people they don't understand him photo no amuhunu na American actors wo mu photographs. Do you know that sometimes people come out to protest when say be protest
our America
say ya do ya na asore no and the papa we patch say instead of those things you see there next time you will see him. Why I think he should be right is that those people no actors no sabe nsambe no munum we ase no ma be na wo omunka so mu ye Christopher wonu na dwuma oye no de ate ni sika no what an infoni de je and na papa we de or convert with the wakonyame mu and yes ni infoni na ebo ho no na uhuna na wudi akire wo ba ne ho a wo bekọ Yesu Kristo ho. I believe is anya boni bia. Secondly, what we should know about people like Adum Chei Duano and they say mami fama sorry SDA enye mfato me bad girl and obi hu no so you don't have earrings, you are not wearing earrings, are you a boy? No, say I'm a 7-day Adventist. Now still what ha ewure so what you say mpacho adibia won ka ho no wo pese wo ti ase ya kom now better ase now when you stand outside you would never understand because South Africa because who are there when we say Ghana when you penny kasa mpacho wo tena ase na wugina ho if you say penny relax na wo akra no wagina wo nan so if you say wo na wusa wo wa wodi wugina wo nan so na wo penny na ye now the Chwana people of Botswana in South Africa so when you penny kasa what tena in a penny na gina ho and I also understood them almost a penny no kasa na say wo hwe ne wo soro and just say wo no 10 pe and now we ya tentene and
it makes sense
until one who say this way or that way to say Ghana dia no makes sense what muso dia no makes sense it mesraw I don't think he has less than 50,000 people following him. And don't also think the people following him in the Sabe they have their own wisdom. Every area has got its wisdom, and you will never understand it until you are part of them. Until Uko who said SDA in Shatuma, men fan chanto social media now and say SDA for so I don't change dear
the philosophy.
Now dear me powers have way uncle fa won adwene nko ho and say won Kenya problem here about we are nkwala no demonstrating.
So going forward we are going to see this image as the Jesus Christ.
That image is the image of Jesus.
That's right.
Ono ne de na oh na mpacho nti wo kọ otabla so hu hu mfoni no ho Danka Williams hu hu nti ade nti no bi Canada mo je no na nusibere again Catholic Church. Do you know that Catholic Church as a Church of Christ has more images of Mary, mother of Jesus, than Jesus Christ himself? Why do you accept
than the Pope Sikromoba?
Nti ade nti na we no how now near Queen Elizabeth we ye hu ade bia na nka bibifo hu bi da
Queen Elizabeth say ni tikra this kind of so
I know they are different na me patch so we no funeral no any the can say coronation of Charles what we nyan sacrifice no ma when we say broni
Africa beka say ya boso
kati mesre mo obi ya na dia go there and understand them rather than staying the number the association the mu guni penny was na the roller sa asol for na play wo ye memu we say mu na me bo Kenya din no that we have more Christian churches in Ghana than in Kenya. Na ni entira Ghana for a bin to mean see da say a best ye to trust me a kunta civil war a be mother is very simple. It's because of SDA Pentecost Adum Chedua Otabel Anaba and Pierre Coffee Ajena Sare, name them. It's because of these people. Why? Because abani ye boni e wo wi be actor be ne picture na eda ho no anamebua na yesu no when the catch say yesu mfoni no catch was say next time wo behu wono ne de na ewo ho a eda na wo gina no this morning because who actor ne de no and how na wo nua bibini.
And this picture has deceived the world for God knows more than a century.
Next time wo behu ono a on the real or you very real. I don't want to see. And I want to see, so I don't condemn him because you be a better. He will win them to say, yeah, quite sorry, memory that. One more better, who made Dano. And we don't expect to say everybody will be part of us because Jesus Christ is, he will preach to the whole world so that some will be saved. He didn't say all will be saved. Intimate patch of me and Jinano and Sibonenam to conclude where I was coming from, no, and say, Sir Nkrofui, politicians as produce country, no, na tempest, a quasra, Quasiada, and I said, Memelida, and Uncle Mofos dear Friday, Umukotina, sorry, demo. Nasa Voya catch one said, blessed are peacemakers, they shall be called children of God. And we are saying in Yinano, Christo na kai, say we are saying none a corner we ya, ye behun san woman. Now, ma a buffo pension a conform into some crop way, na masmedia ba, or my way say moi, say a leon for Kuntokwala Beria, Kenya, Somalia, na Yadian, no, all because of intimacy, mammy and condemn Yamuao. The last and possibly the last but one thing I will say about them is this. Papa we started in sorry no Obuasi Mangwasi. There were about 20 people congregants. I know see a sorry Diane nipa be 10,000 essay or mutim no mubi sande say na nipa be 20 na then I would plot kasiye say we see dan kasiye no. Na the bottom line is that omu ingenuity ni womu nyansa. It helps them to grow. That's right. Look at Makion. Yeah. He was an evangelist. And Pentecost is the fastest growing church in the country. Ghana no 3.2, I can say 32 million. Pentecost for us here 3.2. Yeah. That means quite significant every number. 10 people in Ghana be about Pentecost ni bako. Eye nipa bako na de ba. Na yanko kire wo mu se mom kono mu sa na wi ana mu wi a o man sika. They don't teach that there. Sure. And I don't think there is any church in Ghana or mu teach that. Na me na dia me di praise wo no. Otable ofra brocheba very individual. When he bibia. Look at where he has reached. Pakwin Miami CPP ni. Duncan Williams. No say Sabe. But near where we are seeing our yebipe. Now he's converted and look at the people he has converted. Now my conclusion is that one day na me share telly. You be no show where me. Me share television I mean who Papa Archbishop Duncan Williams. And I can say very soon the World Trade Center will come down. Na sabe makwa ezi ni mitu na de mesere no. In less than a year. Ubeka so ka ho na omo plan here. Mete once share television. Election na day at Amel's bar power. No. That was a 208 election. Mete hona bia mehwe asoni afa na himfie no. Yeah. Ne wo beche bi lamte no. Ankra bibi bi ankra. Yeah, crunch ankra. Mitie no I want sorry the mete television the bia me show obia because Sunday me nya hwe am show. No say God has revealed to me that we are going to elect a president this year who will not able to fulfill his time of office. So we should begin to pray. Are you saying so? No. That means God talks to these people. That's my understanding. Abraham yes to Christ for because so be casting out demons, but he wasn't part of the 12. Teacher, we found a man casting out demons in your name. And because he was not one of us, we forbade him No, say no. He who is not against you is for you. Me pacho me of no munya wajuma.
Great.
They are far better than politicians. No, far better.
Far better than politicians. Okay, so sooner rather later we're going to have Adomche's image. That would be look like this photograph.
Yeah, no, and I didn't make a
na we share said there Christ and Fimfim ono nim Fimfim but o hu gunechi Adomche unfortunately doesn't have the
incidentally
no
incidentally oni ne gunechi
yeah and I'm near so me I don't have a stake in this or whichever way you look at it now.
The answer me mbobo wo mu echi and afen so Adomche ne Otabe ne SDA Pentagon Pacho want to abandon you. So they are not responsible to you.
Yeah.
They are responsible to only their members title. In the case of MPP, NDC, PRM, wino, okosala to aba you want to woman say we criticize one. South when Pacha want to aba you want.
Good one. Folks, now quickly before Yemra press conference bia a friend is saying the people of Nzima organize and hold here a couple of hours now. This press conference is seeking to bring the running mates of the governing New Patriotic Party, say running mates in Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh should come render an unqualified apology to them. Nzima Krunum. I don't know how this will go, but I know it's a lawyer Frimpong years on this very developing story. And then maybe some press conference in the show now uti na fi lawyer be comment on then you be zero down to what happened mention ho eda ya outdoor napo and in some course one so press conference one more ne den and the people of Nzima for na episode NPP and Matthew Opoku Prempeh. Take a listen to this.
Yajidi say asema Dr. Opoku Prempeh eka ye no eya asema enye se yeka wabu Ghana fo nyina animtia wabu Nzima animtia Western region ana nkrofoman wabu ye animtia ya te se watro letter se de oka ye no wanum ne ho yen ye fele se eje se onu ankasa tutu ne nan ebe nkrofo hanum sei Nzima ha ebeshia na nanom ene abusuafo no na wode chopa eto na nane abusuafo anim ansana ya de atumu se ampa wanum ne ho se saade no amaso a yen no yen nyi ni se wanum ne ho.
Great folks, so this is the press conference I also some couple of hours ago. Yes, my man can one or two be my doc Monreal. Or say, Beamy James, or say, Perimo is the best party that will replace Nkrumah. We have the men. Obisu Bisao doc, or say, Johnny Darren, or say, Yaw Anokye Frimpong. If you love Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, why don't you join the CPP? Rather than creating your own political party in many other, but I'm sure so doc at appropriate will be to me. Now, the course of press conference was what at
Matime Paucho.
Good. What do you make of press conference way? Do you think say it's right? They have to call on say Omra Krumo number Pacha or many other person what we've heard on.
Oh, Pacha Okrana enkosi baby. Echere se nipa no ne ewa yakoma mu no ene pie yen ano se da ye de wusi akonwa so na what time nipa bia ma wanye obedi. I thought to say he was going to mention Mahama and also Mahama ebedi echere no Professor na Jane and also nko me so medi ana alanchira matin safo na woni wo mu beko akansie no na Pacha Kwame Nkrumah de so wu 1972 ana akansie a ukwa akwasi no wanka ho na ede na ukokọbọ ne din nti megidi se ehọ no ye fom so wakase na wo kire otan a wotan Kwame Nkrumah edin wo mu a edi Kwame Nkrumah echi ene baby a Kwame Nkrumah efi enu nti na wo mu so bo efu no. Let me tell you a story. Yeah, me personal story.
Okay.
Me papa owo me. Near friend over 2 years ago at the age of 88. Near friend Peter Kwame Anokye Frimpong in the Ashanti region.
I see.
Now, or what soldier mono? Bama camp. They didn't Peter Kwame Anokye in the 60s. No. Now, you say Papa ne say Kwame Nkrumah to the extent is what he said a twin brother.
I see.
And when Nkrumah was president, no there, or just an ordinary army sergeant or something like that. Intina Nidin Peter Kwame Anokye no for friend Peter Kwame Nkrumah. And then one day a champion ba omu unit wo. Inti time ba ye body na ye bondi Peter Kwame Anokye was sorry almost say Peter Kwame Nkrumah. And then Afrifa said Kwame Nkrumah. Hey, mo Kwame Nkrumah no. He said that.
Really? And
kept quiet. Now
this comments Kwame Nkrumah
Afrifa made that. Me papa catch me.
General offense Afrifa.
He was then a major.
Oh.
Make that a Kwame Nkrumah no usually tinti se ku see Ghana da. Soldier force in your politics inti they took it for granted. Me papa owo me or say omu ye ku ni wi o na soldier for bi ba no so ye ba be chena akobo no. There be ya Afrifa thought say tio or relative Nkrumah or Yanzimanity, I'm a channel. Luckily for him, soldier for na buy in the chrome for Santifo. No, me say, I'm not here. Oh, Debbie, ain't ye gino?
Like seriously?
Serious. And then when my father heard the full story, no, so, I just said, if I say, Afrifa any pabone pao, say, Yamachi will be on your bonny be or tinny baby, and one because or relative Kwame Nkrumah. No cry Santini or no so Afrifa. From that day, no, he started hating Afrifa, even though no yes people now on people around Tesame were no pet matime. But was say as a human being, why do you treat people because of where they come from?
Yeah.
You don't have to do that. That diversity no you want and I mean a creatiness. Yeah. And what ye cool ni no me pacho answer wow. And no cancer Afrifa we are. A announcement is Kwame Nkrumah be omoche na omunkuno. And who are those who are related to Kwame Nkrumah? And are people from Western region.
Yeah.
National Commission, it came out. They started killing people from Western region. And before say Kotoka ebeba out, abeya announcement is omunyani omuyano. Now Western for Nanzama for ne doso about 100 because in Zemeseno on says most of them tafa Ashanti names.
Yeah.
Into we say easy say ubehunu and our hunters no and they was an edit like fancy names. But in Zimbabwe they easily identify Aka, Blay, Yankee, Asian, Asian, Omo Dimbi.
Yeah.
We now when Nyanzu. And a Juma those days, no me, they were goldsmiths.
Yeah.
Into Yashana, Uko market and so a man a touching a petition and go. And you can easily identify them to show target one. It was easy. Or yeah, no, we are near Kunzima 400 and so whoa. And the National Liberation Council a passed Convention People's Party Disability Decree. Till 1966, in the aftermath of the 1960s, almost passed the Convention People's Party Disability Decree. So, Obibia yenim say no yes CPP no. Okwa djuma bia mu a ma yemfa. That was the military regime no.
Yeah.
Womu hand over. Ayadema Professor K.A. Buziano. And now, Omaya witch hunting Ghana for and the Western region for Obibia who hold do office. Nay, a suspect say, Wope Kwame Nkrumah Assembly, see a UAD, and ye nipa 568. Your friend Apollo 568. Yeah, you were ready. Ye Sala, or then they call court, or they call court Sala versus Attorney General, or winning case in the year, and your Prime Minister there, or to car from his residence to broadcasting. Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. President, you know, Echo Mountain National Studios, Eka say near or my court to buy time no akano or yintum.
That's right.
Yeah, no be you Kwame Nkrumah for a judges in the fee say politics no be ya omumra begina platform so no ni wo mu be politics pa Buzian so it means that anytime biara woka the word Kwame Nkrumah no etumi de hu bi ba nkrofo bi mu because hwe ye ku etu e champon mpacho champon no ya santini yankum asantefo ana e champon so ready oye ku to Buzia ye bunini wankum ebonofo ana Rollins ya igbe ni obeye ku etu akufo wankum akwapemfo I hope you understand ana obetu liman wankum sesalafo but in the case of Nkrumah no ye kumune nkrofo at time womu e penda semina sala no nye enzemani oye yes oye awunani oye eve but womu time no acha se baby awo bia open Nkrumah sem no you must be destroyed so it means that ye supporting Nkrumah no we are endangered species and nothing conference here baso near Saba Bay for Frobium. Now, no moment, dear cancer, now we are ready to die. Oh, really? A Radinian couple here. I dear Bia Wujidino. You must die for that. Another press conference, Beba. Yakoyaka say, no, I dear Bia Wujidino. You must be prepared to die for it. Now, who Jesus Christ dinner say, when to me, who am I, Jesus Christ? Then who are you? And once I believe in Nkrumah, and I think that is what is going to save the country. But make a margin, sir, now fight for that man. Now through that, na miwa. Nyankopon bepe masempa. Na by the grace of God, so be intimate coming. Oh, my enemies will die before I die.
Doc, I'm say before then, Napo, anase yankasa Matthew Poko Prempe, ne wo fire sante ne etu no fo. Within the space of time, any who say Ure odi se niyama ho samne enianso ho behavior we. Try to make a sense of it say otumfo na no one person obebu no ana eyini so wonu mu ana say den. How was that to be done again? Now, mome yenkwohwe kwan a otumfo etu na pofo ewo ceremony na se na afuto no otu ni sen Napo etie ni sen and then subsequent we heard Napo doing all of that. Take a listen to this.
So, that's my main control. My doctor Bawumia no who so you are. And my no who you are. O kwaya no kwaya sumpa ne di na china di obekire won na wo so ye dem no waka ne dem na meka pa ho brasie kodi akire na ye ya sitie na di ono obekire won na ye eba ye sen krofo bi se wani nso ade me se akolai me tete no ofie ma hunu sa ade enti na ye kasa kama de ye ka no media mesa wuti sente sa e ma ne nye ho na mitumenti ubedi eche na bibia ya bompa ya eche na de nyame ahihye ayeho amaye Dr. Baumi aka chenza me de national nsa Dr. Baumi otu boss ne ka chiro wode nana no ahye wonsa bia wonso tete no bia na beba maso nti na me amenti an wodem bia tete no enfuso bia bia na so nsi monte an wodem Ashanti regional chairman Osime Danasi papa Baumia ayi want to me
Great, folks. So this is what Santehene said to the second Okawo Bidriasia O2 Nidishe Ifo. Now, let me make something very quickly before lawyer comes in. Share the mood, the atmosphere, the sternness. Santehene said to Ekasaya. Well, I stand to be corrected though, but I say Papa Nini Abrea Opesu I to say obi a wate asem bi dida na wo gina no so dia ya futu dia ma ore but then ohwa so na mfom so bi san de e bai now again me pese lawyer kira di bia say the something ne kan say me two for them me two for abonten enema ne mienu asekire ne say
nia
something ne akasa pa o
wakasa mame menhye aseyemfi ntoma na na efura otumfo no
ah santama no
ntoma no wahu on say round ayi bi wom na
yeah different colors
but round bi ana ye de atonti hwe na nim no round pacha na nas nyese osore ya no wa betena ho just like that
so
na nim no something round wo ana mark bu sa mark na represent mako ntoma ni din ane say mako emre mom
I see
pepe duane
so that's the name of
a minute. Pacho, we are up a play.
Yeah.
Let's
get exactly.
Yes, on a minute.
Let's take a
yes, on a minute. May I show sana? Better imagine how crowd this age now. Kojobo to age now. The more regala age now. Nana kwa blanket here. What you say? Almost on a minute.
Let's take a look at it again. From that in our basic.
Yes, on a minute.
Take a lesson.
Ghana ha yachechi Ghana bakosema. Patakufu kwa tamenta. But if the sack history was a freestyle yachechi Ghana from 1957. Ebe kane yenya president bi awabua Ghana China na do da kwakufu. Messi a freestyle 1957. Bekane mo famo Kwame Nkrumah no mo famo Obia di wa ba di mampanya wa boga na ho ban e di na
ohono na ice why helpless kakra
there be one time what was one ko be twahwe na de no hospital no ko wu e be ka se pressure na ekunu na nananom dabi yi bibi de kira no be pa che otio the entire ya ka se bi ye bosoma na say sama enya say they exist but the thing becomes like a deity nti antoto na se go to Ashanti history. Obia odini moja ekuma Asante so say tutu ana komfo anoche.
Ye monidi kasa basa.
Go to ewe every people mission history mkwala brem togbe sirimo. Tabi wontumi enkosore anu wabono edi bia sa dabi any the fancy people nana kwame na nsamo so what you say kwesire ndewura japa na bewa ndewura japa up till now. Who body dia what na say
omo your authority
wa beta ne bibi te say e man no go no na nkrofo nti ase bibifo esom abosom nya abosom ade na oba ba ye no aye institutionalize say we free wa enye obi obeje fa ahudie ma na ne etoso mienu wa wo ka 1957 sa 1957 no a wo de wa no e de kan no we say hokra ne sabe ase mempesa meka se nanu ye ka se makodi natem indeed na mebuafu na mempesa meko hobium emwa me so 57 no kra wo de wa no e de eboso no nya kwa me nkruma na ye kai no Ghana ye ka 1957 nya kwa me nkruma na ye ka 48 nya sergeant ajete
because so sure no ne age na poi ades na poi this 56
was it 55 56
na just say satan no nkruma ta no 4 years.
Son, okay. Na say what the 4 years so say na wo share your funumu obi an mi say 1957 6 March 1957 Kwame Nkrumah declared independence for Ghana and that was the day was signed in Gold Coast into Nkrumah many speech no Gold Coast ko amfana no anka was say at long last the battle has ended and Ghana your beloved country our beloved country is free forever. Until the moment Opoku Prempeh ekasa yo say Ghana 1957 no say who ko tu Kwame Nkrumah then na wadwene yo say ubegu papa no animu ase na first na me kasa na minimi so ko KNUST actually na mu say
a student of Kwame Nkrumah
of science and technology on say ni wupa academic dishonesty actually say Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology is one of the most beautiful universities in the world in the world we had the way papa see a plan no now what was school ni bi one prezi Kwame Nkrumah we be jansa mo Kwame Nkrumah
so then wo hwe mu a Ghana nya independence no na poni yan wo no
well that is not an issue where here what is important is that Kaswe ni akwala akra no enim say 6 March 1957 na me kra me China popeni no say 57 near woman into mathematics na nye na say Napo is 55 what you say and the independence about 68 years into assembly na okay but the time Napo was born is immaterial here what is important to what is happening near ya kan ho asem no first one and they say Nkrumah kan akansie no a wo kɔ no ho what you say akansie na ne mahama ani wo mu akani na wo mu na say wo bo especially NDC na ka waka projects no a na ade ba ko so ye ya na wo gu ono ane party na animu ase and say wo se free emra 57 ye je fa hu dinne obi anu wa ya ade say Nana Akufo-Addo then no one mo born woman and na Kufuado aye no what you say because
koyampo na se chese okwakogu onwa fencing President Kufuor cry anymore
nya so kogu agu obi ani mu ase na wugu wie no ne nta Kwame Nkrumah enka ho na nka wo toku no ene say we are minister for energy
exactly
energy no osaje fu Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ene si akosombo dam osaje fu Dr. Kwame Nkrumah the same energy no yenya discover oil wo Ghana no no wasitema oil refinery ena bisa also oil refinery na Kufuor buy no oil refinery no one more ton bibia na say bisa wo say university no a wo koye no say nye Dr. Kwame Nkrumah wasibi ma wo
exactly
dey na Kufuor asi a obi kobi dey na Kufuor asi obi kobi na Nkrumah kura no eche say ne dey no wo nyame no say dey yi ni man hwe wo say osi do you know say Nkrumah na see University of Ghana
yes
so we say 1948 na University College of the Gold Coast na watimota na cocoa farmers sika na yekeka de bom no na Nkrumah be leader of government business 52 53 54 see University of Ghana wo wie ya no republic na omo atwam no ma menkyira se wo wie ya no na okachira abrofo ne say ya jefa ahudie 1957 there and why should the country be called Ghana and our university be called University College of the Gold Coast? Now that's the University College of the Gold Coast, affiliated to University of London.
This was in the year of
1957.
Okay.
And the 58, now Governor General, no, Lord Listowel. Also, one tears no senior dear Queen never sign reason. Professors and lecturers in Nina Yabrofo. The first black professor Chiradia with Legon, K.A. Buzia. Apart from ono na Professor Kwapomo mu akani nyina ayabrofo ntibro ni hu say ya ma university ni free university college no never full university status no na President Nkrumah be ye chancellor we queen ni free ho a obepam abrofo he will render them unemployed
okay
ntibro ni so one sign enti Nkrumah de abufuo and no declare republic 1916 to a declare we no na chese wa render mu ina redundant and superfluous near pamu mu ansana or de bill for the proposal of the amendment of the name no we sign a charter into University College of the Gold Coast no had to wait about 4 years after our independence 1961 before it became the University of Ghana obiye weya the Republic Day na free 1st July we bien so wa ba be jira kasa mo Kwame Nkrumah na KNUST no me ko Kumasi High School ya ne tech na boss ya KNUST no we do KNUST o technology secondary school no mo san wa university primary ana me boa workers and lecturers wo mu ya no wa bisa wo say nipa na wo de to Kwame Nkrumah no ba no watuma si university primary school ni bi ben no it's a fact where the ye ni obi atamo no be ya de we the manwa no wa nyi obi antwa ne mpoa Kwame Nkrumah na wo betwa ne mpoa nti wo temte ya na nananom eye den e so ne mene nti we na hia say so kọ baby e so kọ Kwame Nkrumah ni nchi ebi ne nkrofo ni nchi ebi ne takwa nshahem ni nchi ebi ne wanchi ahemfie buzi aho won cause places nyina mfa ne nan ene ne nsa engu fam mpachew na free political advice MPP betumi anka o monsesa no because at the moment you have what's na say obi ankwaje forms mpachew obi ankwaje forms we refi now sign ko fa yenchi and otumfo no kura futu ode ma no nipa no wabuso nti obuso ne say wo ebu de ma otumfo a esa mosesa no see as a minister for education MPP or say Professor Thomas both MPP ni NDC no be apenasa enti nkamu de papa we babu that is a free political advice now for as long as say papa we vice to Baumiano no ma mienu emu ba ko ne besi e wo oman we say mu the first one and they say CPP no enkrofo eye Nkrumah is enkrofo no toma MPP ni nyina no omuntoma MPP biam because woman will say what time so for as long as you are part of that political system no what shine woman vote so into ombelusu afi on the contrary so woman win na woman bad dia afen no poku prempe be kire Kwame Nkrumah chidifo say me time na dana yedi misi akonwa so no na me fe me se e kire mo nti develop no abekọ was na western north no be biara weye Kwame Nkrumah nipa no be na Apollo 568 ache ne de atum be pa chaw aboa no so nkawa on fe ne sen enkyerɛ eno na Opoku Prempeh aye ne ho no na MPP fo fi say emamu saade a in order to justify say mem ne yebo hu say ye ndokora no eno ansam be yi papa no e de na si fom we yi ne si fom a nya nim guase na aka party no o eno nya nim guase wono ana wanhu ne brabo ana yaye de yayi na si nkyɛn bisa akwala so ogu ne nsan hohora woni mpemfo ne wanhu nsan hohora da bia no wo plate de si nkyɛn ne yade waduane ama abi na ɛsɛ yade ye Dr. Opoku Prempeh san wa be kunkum ya support Kwame Nkrumah yankopon so ade mo ntumi fa nsan enye ye da
great mummy ankenka message kakra fi ebrena I say John King also Dr. Frimpong is great where Frank A also Kweku this man comments about the men of okay well say God bless see, good evening. It's a long time I know Berlin. Mary, I'm doing so great. I'm doing so great. We thank God for the gift of life and protection to witness a life this day. Kwekwanan, God continue to cover you and with boldness as you continue to contribute towards the sustainability of Ghana. Okay. Mame Emra her message they mean to me over Dr. Anokye greeting you. Okay, I'm sure so that's what you want to write, right? Or say good evening, Kweku. This is your doctor. I beg, let this man come again. He has a lot of facts. He has a lot for Ghanaians. I'm sure that's what he want to say. All right. Well, see, please. Or say also. Please tell doctor to humbly do you want to say cross-check so that he doesn't say men of God should be allowed to do their work, even when they are erring. Thanks, Kweku. God bless you for your good work. I am sure, sir, contest no day too. Also, please, is there a technical problem? Telecast has stopped. I'm sure, sir, you are restored. So I'm sure you're talking about YouTube. Well, say, Professor Anokye Frimpong, the historian, facially resembles late Professor Dubois, who is a historian as well. Ni Kwaku Achimota and Odifri Ebaya. It's Obed from Udumasi. This man is too deep and with full of wisdom. Okay? Well, say, Kweku, it is never true that in the Catholic Church the pictures of Mary are more than that of her son Jesus Christ. Inside the church, you will see the stations of the cross, which have the pictures of Jesus right from his arrest all the way to his death. I'm a Catholic, Nana Kujo Ngwa or something. Mina and I would be free Ebaya. Yeah, I mean, doctor is trying to say more of such, but not necessarily to say more than Kwekwanan. Our problem in Ghana is NDC and MPP. God will punish them one by one. Isaac, Kofi, Kaswa, Akwele, Newtown, and Odifriba. Good evening, Kweku Anan. I'm not Doctor sorry. Or say I'm calling you doctor because you are a doctor in journalism, like it or not. Okay, Mr. Anan, Stephen Adumche did something no Ghanaian pastor would ever do. He gave 11,000 members with 10,000 each as capital to start business. The fact is clear. The man is practicing truly brotherly love. I'm told says or chase kawa sorry them about. And you say at the end of the day, you know, that's something you can emulate too. Now so for the rest, see there so many people hey, like seriously. Kweku, all the name he mentioned are all thieves To be honest, they are all the same. If they are saying God talk to them, why God don't talk to us? Funny country, Kweku. Okay, on also not doing about. Say, hey, Kwekwanan, the man is bragging power. He should take his time. Turn it from Pokwasi. I see. Good evening, Mr. Anna. Watching you from Joel, King of Kings, Tozi, and all day Ebaya. My name is Nathaniel, and I am watching you live from Sehi Rioso. My heart breaks every time I hear about what is going on in Ghana. Ghanaians are hypocrites who believe we are enjoying peace. It is disheartening to see our Ghanaian youth still bowing before these old, selfish, pregnant politicians. Please awaken and let us battle for this nation's future. Okay, also the other we so say the man should be factual. Asante fought with Achim Kotoku many times but could not defeat Achim Kotoku. Achim Kotoku killed the founder of Asante Kingdom that gave birth to Asante. Asante in Tam Kesie. He should come again.
Osetutu was killed by Achim Ebuakwa.
Osetutu was killed at Nyindua near Obogu. All Asante Achim. All Asante Achim is Achim Kotoku people.
Please, Osetutu was killed. The Achim Ebuakwa people, even class 1 people know, so he shouldn't come and then destroy.
Hello, Mr. Annan. Ghana is facing difficult times with corruption, economic hardship, and more. I'm always delighted that your show amplifies our voice to bring about positive change.
And the one who led them to shoot him was called Owusu Achim Tenten.
Great. We all desire a better future for our country, and your platform is a vital tool in achieving that. Keep up the great work. Echo Thomas watching from Tema Community 4. Okay. I'll say hi, good evening, Mr. Annan. Today, I go to 37 DVL Accra Police Bar, something. They have sold the land to private entities. There is polling station at that place. Is it land coupon or something? Electoral area. La de Coupon electoral area. How are we going to vote in that place? Please, Mr. Annan, find out or please check for us. Thanks. Messages move my web repair and sana what this here. But folks, my main from NCSA. Last was please tell doctor humbly cross. Okay, my can't wait that minimum why was signed the baby. I'll say Gasper Kweku Anan. Okay, I'm say wait. Okay. My main fancy ha. Message Nadoso. Folks, we see as a dog. For 1 minute, you definitely will see about you because you know you gauge the political space. 5 more months left to go. And see, friends, in Zimbabwe, mobile say another press conference after Napo and I say,
because of Kwame Nkrumah. You see, hate.
Professor is an affront to the family of Kwame Nkrumah and
to the whole.
Sure.
Because Apollo 5 says 8, you know.
Yeah.
It affected areas, it affected northerners,
exactly.
Everybody, including Ashantis.
Yeah.
All because somebody hated the supporters of Nkrumah. And the statement now we're making is a very deep statement. And we should conscientize Ghanaians about it. I say, Ejabia Eso, I say, you do in the interest of the whole nation. Because, what started Bioma, Biana, and yet to say, a free fata medianua. It's my phone Janiko go Ivory Coast, Serifo Janiko Ivory Coast. This time they may decide to defend themselves and it will not help the nation. And you know, yes, sir, dear, a bema, you can say naming and shaming. Na Emma Nakuma Mubi, yen free Nakumum, near Nara Entana, it is all mine back.
Good one, near in entrance, it's all my back. Well, Mary Yabo, say, God bless you, lawyer. You speak the truth. I'm also a member of the SDOK Canada. Okay. Well, said Nana Abna. I see we the Irish are here. True talk from the man. Okay, Irish if one opesa okano. Okay, folks, my man from Musia, Benaibe. Man from Musia, Yako. You know, politics in Tiziana, you expand your time no quenim. But Dr. Yaw Anokye definitely would also come back. bione ene na atwa nkomo no so na yehu se dia the campaign ne womo de omo running mate no atudwa ameyi na yehu running mate na ye Christian Kwame Agboja vice presidential candidate ne na atudwa nti ni na no ne mepi bekokoso a ye din na ba beto Yakopon adma Wednesday guess ade ye ba be Wednesday there's a special poll bia epie as a poll no hwanem na ye ye ba betudwa poll no chere say if the month of July see to about party ben and obedi nkunim according to the poll